Welcome to ASportsZones, hub to sports world news. Update on boxing. Nonito Donaire, clearly a world-class operator, obviously has world-class punching power and certainly has shared the ring with some world-class competition. It's just that I've never been quite as high on him as a lot of my colleagues. A few years back, as he basked in the glow of a Fighter of the Year nod from the Boxing Writers Association of America, I told all who'd listen that Guillermo Rigondeaux's was all wrong for him. 12 rounds later, all who'd voted for him saw how wrong it turned out. And in subsequent years, though the masses tended to embellish wins over a faded Vic Darchinyan, an ordinary Joe Bidache and an injured Ryan Burnett, I reminded them that each time the Filipino Flash climbed in with anything resembling a healthy high-end Faux Reed, Nicholas Walters, Jesse Magdaleno or Carl Frampton, the results were more indicative of his true standing. Please subscribe in our YouTube channel and follow and like us on Facebook #ASportsZones. Visit site at www.asportszones.com for more sports update. For those scoring at home, that's a loss by TKO and 2 more by wide unanimous decisions. Not exactly worthy of an association honor roll. And when it comes to enshrinement in Canis Tota, let's just say my needle doesn't reach automatic. But given the events of last week in Japan, it has inched a bit closer to consideration. I'll admit here that when Donaire's match with Naoya Inoue for the World Boxing Super Series Bantamweight Championship was made, I worried more about the veteran's safety than his strategy. There was simply no way, I reasoned, that a nearly 37-year-old whose last worthwhile win at 118 pounds came in Barack Obama's first term, could conceivably hang with a beastly 20-something who'd already laid waste to reigning champs in 3 weight classes. So my pre-fight pick in this space echoed those sentiments. Donaire is unbeaten as a bantamweight. He's got a long resume full of title-level success. But he's in over his head here. Inoue is too young and too good. He'll dominate. Inoue in 5, 100/0, needless to say, it went a little differently than I'd expected. Not only wasn't Donaire beaten into submission in 15 minutes, he arrived to the fight's midpoint having already cut and bloodied his much-heralded foe, then pushed the Japanese monster to the brink of extinction with punishing counter shots and lead right hands, forcing him to dig into a reservoir of grit left untapped by Jamie McDonnell, TKO 1, Juan Carlos Payano, KO 1, and Emmanuel Rodriguez, KO 2. If I hadn't seen it with my own sleep-deprived eyes, I'd have not believed it. As I did, though, it reminded me of a much bigger fight. Saitama's Super Arena is roughly 8,000 miles from Wembley Stadium, but the old versus young contrast seemed similar to what Anthony Joshua was dragged through in London by a dogged Vladimir Klitschko, a stirring loss that pushed the Ukrainian stock higher than it had peaked in a dozen pedestrian wins. Donaire, more than 120 pounds lighter, got his foil over in similarly Herculean fashion. And like Joshua down the stretch in 2017, a battered Inoue was able to pull a glove-clad rabbit from his hat this time around, shaking off significant facial injuries to drop the Filipino and pull away to a rugged, Fight of the Year quality unanimous decision that was correctly scored 117-109, 116-111 and 114-113. The young man was the deserving winner. But the old man surely earned his own victory lap, too. And assuming he never climbs through the ropes again, he finished far better than he'd started. I admire Donaire, Inoue said. He is a true champion. I couldn't agree more, Naoya. I couldn't agree more. If you have any comments or suggestion, feel free to comment below. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe in our YouTube channel and follow and like us on Facebook #ASportsZones. For more sports update, visit our site at www.asportszones.com. Don't forget to click the notification bell.